Welcome back to the channel. This month we're going to be covering Lockout Tagout. It's one of the most frequently cited subjects. We've done a couple of episodes on machine guarding in the past, but it's been a minute.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute since we've talked about lockout. So we just figured, you know what? We will give you our top 3 things in regards to lockout that we're seeing right now. So here we go.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Lockout Tagout. What is this? Halloween?
Happy October. We're in the Burr months.
Oh, there we go.
Happy October. Happy fall. So that's wearing my orange.
Anyway, back to Lockout Tagout.
We're festive.
So, procedures. Right out of here. That's the one everybody wants to know.
Okay.
I need a lockout procedure for a piece of equipment. I come to you. I say, hey, I need one. You're going to go share drive and what happens?
Yeah. I'm going to hope that we have one. And inevitably, when I pull it up, we either don't have it,
which is weird,
because we have a master inventory, and we have one for everything except inevitably the one that you need now.
Especially if it's an audit.
If it's
an audit, it's the exact one.
We're probably in an audit. And then it's going to be on some weird, really dated template that I'm like, where did this even come from? We moved all of this stuff over
6 months ago.
Forever to this new format that's so much better. Like, why does it look like this? And that's usually the cycle that starts. Now, I'm not saying that happens every time. I'm just saying we've experienced that firsthand, that cycle many times.
So that's the start of your top 3. So
yep.
Number
so there
one
you
is
go.
The procedure itself.
Yeah,
is it
the template.
Right? The template, yes.
What is on it? Because this is one of those subjects that if the template's wrong, your 300 lockout procedures are irrelevant to a certain degree on that specific subject. Then they're completely like the multiplier is so huge. Right. That's got to be right. The template's got to be right.
We tell people you must follow the procedure.
Yes, we do.
So it has to be correct.
I'm sorry, I'm having a tickle.
Yeah. So if the format. Right there with that new cup. What's going on there?
All right. So, brief interlude here. Brief interlude. Part of what I've been spending my time doing is safety merch is dull and it's boring. And we wanted some fun stuff to wear.
Because we don't have any sponsors.
We don't have any sponsors. We wanted some fun stuff to wear, fun stuff to have. So I've got the new Allen Safety Hazmat Team Steampunk Cup. We've got shower curtains. We've got rugs. We've got like entryway rugs for your front door. We've got the big handled thermos cups. We have snow gloves.
We got a snow globe.
We've got snow gloves. We have toddler t-shirts and onesies. We have canvas, duck material embroidered vests.
Go check.
We have all these things. So they're fun. They've got a little pizzazz, a little personality. You can find them on our Amazon store, Allen Safety LLC's Amazon store, or we've got an even larger variety of merchandise over at the allen-safety.com page under merchandise. So check it out. Something kind of fun. There you go.
All right, back to lockout. So now we have the procedure, the formatting, and then it's going to say things on there like verify.
Yep.
And that is number 2.
With what?
Right. So you're using the procedure, and now it ties to number 2 because the verify itself could be limited choices. Because one procedure, it may be remote. Another procedure, it may be 2 or 3 pieces. That one line item can just take off on you.
My brain's going in 15 different directions
because that's what it feels like.
Because there's so many variations of the word verify that we've seen, and it's kind of like, okay, it'll just say the word verify, and you're like, who, how, doing what, where. Right. How many people? Because there's this thing floating around that's called joint verification, and that's a thing for some locations, and they are okay with that, and some are not.
The verify could be the disconnect is 10 feet up there, but the verify is somewhere completely different. So now you make them do elevator work as a hazard.
Or there's no way, really.
Or there's no way. There's no computer system.
There's no safe way. The verification puts them at more risk than we really want them to. And so they don't feel comfortable doing that process. So they just don't verify. And arguably verify and verification is the most critical part of lockout because there's always, I am new, stuff was mislabeled. I was tired and put it on the weekend. Put it on the wrong, disconnect, wrong ball valve. I mean, there's all these things, or there's just residual and we didn't bleed out the lines. I mean, that
we've seen airlines 30 feet long, and people say, "Oh, it takes like 2 seconds." You stand there, it takes.
It goes forever. You're just standing there waiting and waiting. They never did it for that length of time. They're like, "Shh, got it," and then we move on.
Absolutely. So you got to look at so you've got the lockout, the procedure that could be a hazard.
Yep.
And then I got to verify, which now that could be a hazard.
Mm-hmm.
And now I go back to who says it's even right? So it could be the person that signed it, verified, whatever, may not even know if it's right or not.
It goes back to who's writing it, right? So we have, and this is not a plug, it's just a reality. We have a app that I developed with the help of some IT people that we created to speed up the process of writing lockout procedures.
They take a while.
And because we were able to accomplish that, we were able to cut the time to almost a third of what it would take. And so, and they're picture driven, they're amazing. And we had several companies approach us that wanted to either have a subscription to this or like have some kind of service or buy it. And I won't do it. And the reason why I won't sell it
is because
it matters who's doing it. If they do it and write the procedure, but it's wrong, it still doesn't matter.
Right.
They don't understand the procedure. They don't understand the equipment. They don't know the mechanics. Who cares?
So in our company,
procedure's still wrong.
So in our company, we even select who goes to that location to write those lockout procedures.
Based on who's the expert. I've got a cattle expert, a case ready expert, mill expert. Yep. Yes. We have someone that covers all of those things, that understands the mechanics of the equipment and also the weird stuff.
And then
where they can like override stuff. They know all of those weird things. And so we do select that. And then
we still validate with the people there and work with them, maintenance for that area, wastewater for that area, wherever their department experts are. Because, like, for example, we worked with the manufacturer, built some of the robots for years.
Yeah.
And as we did that, we would come back and they would say, "Oh, lockout tagout, you do this," but we know there was more to it. If you don't have that knowledge, and or if you don't ask that maintenance person who sets up the equipment, finds out you don't always lock it out the way during setup, you have to use air to set it up. Well, you gotta have confusing parts of the lockout procedure.
Yeah, so that is really part of the deal too. Is it's not always the safety person that is writing or reviewing these.
They're an administrator.
Now, they're a stakeholder for sure. They need to make sure that the right components are in the template.
Right.
But they may not always know sanitation has to do XYZ. Or maintenance to troubleshoot this equipment, to unjam it during production with film, to do things like setup. We have to sometimes have power to certain things, and we use other means of guarding by things like distance. We still have to have power to some of it, and so we have different safety things that we put into place. But if they're not there to see that, or they don't know that room, that department, that equipment, or they haven't been at the location that long, that's getting missed. And that's where we're seeing some of these injuries still, because it's not being captured in the procedure that we're training everyone on and saying, follow this. But then no one's following it because, well, what we do is really safer, but it's never been captured. And so now there's this weird thing of we don't follow the procedure. Well, now that's weird culturally, you know, from a safety culture standpoint of like, sometimes we follow the procedure and sometimes we just flat out ignore it, you know, like so it gets really weird.
And then you also get, probably my last one is, when does it apply?
So when, you
take a dump,
okay,
and you got guards inside of it.
Yep.
So a cable that runs in front of it.
So I'll throw up a picture, but a combo dumper. So lifts, and then dumps into a blender.
There's so many variations.
Yeah.
When you have to lock that out.
Yeah.
Because they haven't decided when you break the plane.
Yeah, what is the plane and what's the guarding look like on the outside? Are we still doing a chain, or have we beefed it up a little bit?
You'll get different pieces of equipment. People say, I didn't really break the plane. I don't really have to lock it out for that task. Or I'm only taking a sample. And you're like...
Or we use a tool, so we never do. Or we never use a tool and we go in with our whole body. Yeah, there's
all of that as part of the process.
Yeah, so part of it is breaking it down by the employee behavior. So some of that can obviously be changed by training and then managing the behavior from then out after that training happens. Yes. So it's a culture issue, right?
Verifications.
Yep. We've got the verification piece of how, when, where, who, what, joint verification. Can we or not? Am I doing it on a radio? Can I actually push the button next to it? Or did I take the PLC computer screen down?
Yeah, because
do I have to do it in a control room? Well, I'll just cut you right off. Don't worry, I get excited.
Because the new
Lockout.
the new computer systems won't allow you to lock it out sometimes without the computer being down forever.
Well, here's my theory on this. It's because it costs more money to separate that out and wire it apart from everything else.
Like a glue pot.
So if we didn't specifically ask for that to be done and understand that's going to be an added cost, there probably wasn't done,
So, and then the final part is that
final.
That's right.
Is this the bonus?
I guess call it bonus. Is that during the year when you retrain your employees, and you're validating lockout tagout, that is the best time to validate the lockout tagout procedure.
100%.
Because if you're going through it, it's line 4, and you're like, "That's weird. We don't do it there." That's when you got to capture that data. If you kind of like, "Oh, I got my employee trained," and you don't really push that number 4 was off, you can cycle the next person, and you miss it.
But only caveat to that is if you have someone who's an expert at that department, training on equipment that's in that department, that's not a single source conveyor.
Right. So theoretically, you don't want to train on the least items of disconnect the person's working on.
And everyone gets trained on the same item.
Everybody gets trained on conveyor number 3 in the front office.
That's right.
No, what you want is you do a task, you have 5 things you have to lock out, and that's the worst one you have during the year. That's the one you should be trained on.
Yeah.
Because you need to understand the hydraulic, the pneumatics, and how gravity, how everything's going to work for that. You take a mixer blender and lift up the lid. If you don't lift it up a certain way and put the pin in a certain way, you have to worry about the lid coming down. So it's
it's understanding that the lid closes and you have to even have that included in that. I mean, most people don't have that in there.
Lockout doesn't talk about, you were talking about the elevator. It don't even talk about how far you have to climb a ladder to lock something out. That's a risk. In closing, you want to look at your procedure, take it out there during the different times, basically see how they do the task, and then look for those random safety risks that are created because of the procedure. Make sure you capture that as well.
Different times of day, grab the department expert.
Absolutely.
That really knows how and when we just shove this piece of wood from a pallet or this cardboard from a combo in here. We can override the safety and then unjam stuff real quick. Yeah. You want those people that have been there for a minute and know what's going on. So yes, this is a safety function. Yes, it feels as the safety person very overwhelming sometimes to realize, hey, I've got 300 lockout procedures.
And they take about 30 minutes or more each.
To write them from scratch. But also, if you're going to go out and physically validate.
That takes time.
That takes forever. But also, most safety people aren't mechanics. So that's why I want to encourage you, grab a mechanic with you. Great cross-training.
Absolutely.
Option right there. I mean, great continued education. That's 100% relevant. You didn't have to go anywhere or leave, and you're getting awesome education. It's going to better you as a safety person, but also you have confidence that it's correct.
Correct.
So it's not, we have a sheet of paper and they still got hurt, because that's what we see a lot. So we had the procedure and they still got hurt. So yeah,
that's it today.
That's our opinion. Take it how you want. Take what you can from this, and if it was helpful or beneficial at all to you, please share, all of the things. This is community service for Joe and I doing this. The only intent that we have in doing these is we want to get them to those who need them. Those who maybe don't have the information. We recognize there are a lot of people that are walking into safety that maybe don't have formalized training in it. So let's get these podcasts and these YouTube episodes out to them and help us make a difference. That's all we're asking. And again, if you want to contribute, allen-safety.com's merchandise page, you can get you a snow globe. You can get a shower curtain. You can have entire Allen Safety bathroom decor from our stuff. So anyway, have a safe week, everybody. Take care, and we will see you next time. Thank you for listening to Safe, Efficient, Profitable, a worker safety podcast. If you're looking for more in-depth discussions or step-by-step solutions on all of the different safety and regulatory topics, please visit us at www.allensafetycoaching.com for web-based virtual coaching and training, or at www.allen-safety.com to book our team for on-site services, training sessions, to order merchandise, to learn more about our team and what services we provide in the field, or just simply to request a topic for us to cover on our next podcast. If you found today's podcast helpful and would like to support our podcast further, please help us by subscribing, liking, and sharing this podcast with anyone that could benefit from the information we cover here, as that helps us to continue to put out this free content. Thank you so much for your support.